So enough of that, of the different things. I've got to get busy and put these locks back in, and then I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna walk around here. We're gonna be painting this whole thing. I still have to go over with Mommy on the colors and all that kind of stuff, but I know one of the things I'm going to have to do, and I'll show you that. I'll make this a different video. Is all of the doors are going to be painted, all the door frames are going to be painted, all the baseboards are going to be painted, and the walls, the ceilings, all that kind of stuff. So I know even before I get the paint that I can stay over here and I can do some work, can I? I can check all these doors, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that on a different video, but I'm going to open and close them, make sure that none of the doors are sagging, or check different things out, different things that I have to do before I take these doors down. Because see, once I check all the doors and make sure they're opening and closing properly and there's enough clearances and nothing's rubbing on anything, then I can take all the doors out. I can take the hinges out, I can take the doorknobs out, and then I can stack all these doors inside the garage, because eventually like I say, all those doors are going to be painted, so then I can take those out. I can sand them, I can do all that kind of stuff, and I can get them out of here. And then they'll be out of my way for when I get ready to start painting. Okay, now granted, this front door, I'm not going to be able to do that for the front door. I'm not going to take the front door off, and I'm only going to be painting this door, you know, from this edge over. And see, that last time whoever painted this, they painted the interior side. They didn't paint the side, did they? Or with the same color as the outside. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it right. And so I'll have to paint this one in place and all that. And I'll go over that, like I said, in a minute. Just keep watching my videos. And if you want to see the transformation, what I'm going to be doing over here, you know, well, I'm going to get somebody over here to restretch the carpets and fix the puckering. See along here, it's all kind of raised up. That's because this carpet is probably, oh, who knows, 4 or 5 years old, 6 years or more. And I don't even know if we're going to save it yet. I've got to talk to Mommy about it and all that kind of stuff, because obviously if we're going to save it, before I paint, I'm going to have to put masking tape down, be real careful on down to the carpet and try to get it kind of painted with the paintbrush down as the carpet curves, you know what I mean? Gonna have to do that. Man, this is gonna take a while to do all that. And anyways, enough of that for right now. I've got to put these locks back in. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. Nobody's moved in here yet. We haven't moved in anything yet, and there's going to be some stuff that I'm going to do, and I'm going to make some videos of all this, different things that I'm going to go ahead and do in this condo. So keep watching these videos, okay? Because anytime I do something new in this condo, I'm going to show it. One of the things I'm going to have done, we're not quite sure if we want to replace this carpet yet or not. If we decide to keep the carpet, it's winter now, it's probably going to get dirty. Who knows what we're going to put in here later. We want to get moved in here, and we don't want to spend too long before we come in here. One of the things we're going to do is paint everything, all the walls, all the ceilings, all the baseboard, all the doors, all the frames, all that stuff throughout the condo. And then see, remember I said we're gonna end up painting everything. Everything's gonna be painted. Any painted surface now that you see, we're gonna go ahead and redo it. And speaking of painting, in the kitchen, you see that line there going across that way? Well, in the old days, they used to paint the kitchen ceilings a semi-gloss. And if the kitchen kind of tied into other areas, they're like, okay, where do we stop and start? So see, from here, this paint color, I think, is the same as this, but it looks different because it's semi-gloss, and this paint over here is flat. Okay, and so they had to make a line somewhere. They decided to semi-gloss these walls over here, right in here, and generally for a kitchen, that's probably the best thing to do. But you know, so they did this, they did the walls here, and then they stopped the semi-gloss right here. So you can see the transition a little bit right in there, see, as it goes up. And then they transferred that line across and then over that way. So all that is the same over there. We're probably going to end up, when we repaint all the ceilings, we'll probably go with the white, the ceiling white color, and then just use maybe, well, we'll do flat on the ceilings. We're going to do flat on the ceilings, and then we'll do an eggshell on the walls or something. And I'll have to cut in everything and stuff. But then we don't have to have this business, this look like this. You know, it's not that big of a deal if something happens and if some grease comes up from the stove or something, I want to wipe it off. And if I got a flat ceiling, if I ever have to clean a ceiling or something, if I need to touch it up, I can touch up flat way easier than I can touch up semi-gloss or something like that. Okay, and you know, when you repaint ceilings, if you do with flat paint, you don't see any imperfections as much on the ceilings. Like if you see, oh, there's a nail hole, there's where the ceiling joist is, boom, 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 and there's a nail, there's a nail, there's a nail, because they didn't do a good enough job sheetrocking, or you might have dips and doodles and who knows what. So if you paint ceilings like a semi-gloss or something like that, you don't want to do that, because then that's going to show everything. But anyways, back to the painting. Obviously that means the doors and frames are going to be painted, and I talked to Momi, and she wants the hinges changed out to a different color and the doorknobs and stuff. But before I take any of these doors out, I'm going to check the doors and make sure they're opening and closing right, and they're not too close to the edge here. And see this one here, I see it's almost getting ready to rub, and so I'll go around and I'll on this particular door, I'm gonna have to suck that hinge over, and that'll raise this up a little bit. And I know I got enough room there, and it will move this away from the door edge, from the jamb edge. You know, so I'll do stuff like that. I'm gonna check every door in here. And in some areas, I've seen where the door's not closing all the way. Well, it is closing, but see, with this door closed, see how far the door is sticking out from the door jamb, and that's because, hey, you go in here. I know somebody changed out this door before, and they didn't do a very good job, because see, it's up tight. It's up tight to the door stop, okay? But over here, see how big the gap is? Look how big the gap is over here. But with this even being tight like that, the door is still sticking out of the wall a little bit. They didn't use the wrong door. This is an 1 3/8 door. See? Not an 1 3/4 door. But for some reason, they moved the door stop was pushed over too far. I don't have enough room for the whole door in here. This should be moved over a little bit, and it's about at the right place at the bottom, but I can see how this goes up at an angle. I don't know why they did that, but they did, and that's what's making that door stick out. So is that something I want to mess with? Yeah. I mean, I want this to be right. I don't want it to be sticking out like that and having this line there. I want everything to be like it's supposed to be. See down here, it's flush going straight across. Granted, this gap is too big. I'm going to have to put some shims behind that hinge, but I can do that later. The main things I want to do is to make sure I don't have to mess with anything. So see, with this, I'm going to have to take my sheetrock knife and score this, because this has been caulked on both sides. I'm going to score it, take out the caulking on here on both sides, and I'll take a hammer with a little 2x4 block and kind of tap this over, tap it over, because it's only nailed with little brads or 4-penny nails. Okay, and I can start from here and go up, and I can measure. And see, this is supposed to be 1 3/8, and right now, look at that. It's only like 1 1/8. You see? And so this has to be moved over a quarter inch. So Because I know that they've changed this door, they might have changed some other doors in here too. And I'll bet you they did throughout here, because I've noticed some other things are wrong with some of these doors, like this door over here. Look how big this gap is. You can pull the door right open. See? That's because this door latch isn't going in to the strike plate.